Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for checking out TCM as we continue with tonight's lineup of movies made by a wildly imaginative director, Terry Gilliam, who will celebrate his 85th birthday next Saturday, a week from tomorrow. That's next Saturday, right? Saturday is just tomorrow. But on Sunday, is last Saturday yesterday or 8 days ago? Terry Gilliam's birthday is November 22nd. To millions of people, Gilliam is best known as a founding member of the British sketch comedy troupe Monty Python, and Gilliam's early film directing career revolved around Python and its members. Apart from a short he made in 1968, his first directing credit was for co-directing Monty Python and the Holy Grail with fellow Python member Terry Jones in 1975. Gilliam's first solo directing project came with the 1977 fantasy film Jabberwocky, which featured Jones and fellow Python member Michael Palin in the cast. That brings us to Gilliam's third feature film, the movie we have next, produced by Handmade Films, a production company co-founded by Beatles alum George Harrison. From 1981, co-written by Gilliam and Michael Palin, who stars alongside another Python member, John Cleese, this is Time Bandits. After finishing Jabberwocky, Terry Gilliam initially wanted to make his dream project, which eventually became the dystopian fantasy Brazil. But he had a hard time getting producers behind that project, so Gilliam shelved the idea and focused on making a family film. He came up with the idea of a young boy who discovers that his bedroom is a portal that allows people to travel through time. One night, the kid wakes up to a horse-mounted knight bursting through his wardrobe before disappearing into the forest, where the kid's bedroom wall used to be. The next night, 6 more visitors, this time with a map to some of the biggest treasures in history, which they, of course, want to get their hands on. Eventually, the boy is crossing paths with ancient Greeks, Napoleon Bonaparte, and Robin Hood. Like all of Terry Gilliam's films, Time Bandits is propulsive and visually inventive, an impressive achievement considering Gilliam made the movie for just a little more than $5 million, a small budget for an adventure film like this, even 44 years ago. Here it is from 1981 with Gilliam's Python colleagues John Cleese and Michael Palin, plus Shelley Duvall, Ian Holm, Katherine Helmond, and Sean Connery. Time Bandits. Terry Gilliam and his Time Bandits co-writer Michael Palin, who was also in the film, had high hopes for how they'd cast Agamemnon, and they even wrote it into their script. When Agamemnon first appeared in the screenplay, it read, "The Greek warrior pulls his helmet off, revealing himself to be none other than Sean Connery, or an actor of equal but cheaper stature." Turns out Sean Connery was a Monty Python fan, so he was willing to do it, and for a fraction of his usual asking price, which would have been like half the film's budget. Instead, Connery took a percentage of the profits, which turned out to be sizable. Connery was also helpful to Gilliam on set. Gilliam was still rather inexperienced as a director, so he showed up the first day with a stack of detailed storyboards and just a few days to get all the location shooting done in Morocco. Things pretty quickly went off the rails, especially due to the inexperience of Craig Warnock, the young actor playing Kevin. Connery then suggested that Gilliam throw out his storyboards and instead get all of Connery's stuff first in quick, easy setups. Then he could spend the rest of his time focusing on getting the performance he needed out of his child actor. Gilliam took that advice, and it kept the shoot on schedule. Coming up, Terry Gilliam's first feature film directing credit takes us on a trip to King Arthur's court. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, then Monty Python's Life of Brian, and later, The Lady Takes a Sailor. All hands on deck for TCM Tonight.